Hey, puppy trades! I'm not quite sure why I'm making this video. Part of me feels like it's to let people know what schizophrenia looks like. Another part of it is to just let people know what's going on in the minds of tens of thousands of people. So, we'll start with Donald Trump. Donald Trump posted Bela on Truth Social, and he sent the media into a frenzy. Everyone's trying to decode what does Bela mean. And according to Grok, Bela apparently means destruction or swallowing. But according to the Bible, Bela and Zor are the same ancient city mentioned in the Bible. Initially called Bela, it later became known as Zor. It was one of the 5 cities of the plain alongside Sodom and Gomorrah that was situated near the southern end of the Dead Sea. In the biblical narrative, Zor was spared from the destruction that befell the other cities. Zor, aka Bela, was spared from the destruction that befell the other cities of the plain, serving as a refuge for Lot and his family. So I've talked to my followers about how Donald Trump's cult, QAnon, believes that a few things. One, they believe that Joe Biden was never president. Joe Biden was never president. He cheated in the election. And so Donald Trump prosecuted Joe Biden and a host of other Democrats. And that actually the virus in 2020 itself was some way of catching satanic elite PEDOS. So catching satanic elite PEDOS happened in late 2019, early 2020. Arrests were made, and that's why you had to wear a mask and get injections that were thought to be lethal. It was to program you to know that Democratic politicians and Republicans are wearing masks right now. They've actually been replaced by body doubles by the Trump administration. So you may think that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard. But there's hundreds of, if not millions of people, I was going to say hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, that believe this. And they call themselves QAnon. And one thing QAnon is pretty good at is they're pretty good at predicting who is going to be hit by the next natural disaster. Who is going to be hit by the next natural disaster? Hint, they also all believe they're going to get very rich on Ripple and stellar lumens. So I'm going to try to put some of this together. Why Hurricane Erin could be the start of the next 9/11. Warning, this video is for parody and entertainment purposes only and is not investment advice. I am not a certified financial advisor. But basically, yeah, we got Bela and Zor. And people are pointing out that Bela and Zor were names of the same city in the Bible that got spared from the wrath of God that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So what were Sodom and Gomorrah doing? They were very sinful. Like how satanic elite PEDOS are very sinful. So when Donald Trump tweets, the storm is coming, he tells the media, the storm's coming. I don't know if he tweeted it. And they say, what storm, Mr. President? He's referring to a storm like Asheville, North Carolina in 2024 that floods out the Biltmore estate that wrecks where satanic elite PEDOS were doing bad stuff to children. So I've talked about how the next 9/11 would be a water event. It would be a water event on the East Coast would be Tower 1. And then after that, we would see a water event on the West Coast. That would be Tower 2. So just a little bit of background on Hurricane Erin. It intensified into a Category 5 hurricane in a matter of hours. And it's apparently flipping us off. Anyway, Hurricane Erin intensified into a Category 5 hurricane very quickly. And we can see right now with the spaghetti models, the dot plots, it's not currently supposed to hit the Northeast. So this would be some sort of a prediction that would befundle the weathermen, like how Hurricane Beryl flooded out Harris County. Kamala Harris's grandma's name was Beryl. It was called Harris County in Houston, and we had that power outage. This would baffle the meteorologist if Hurricane Erin struck the East Coast at all. So what I've been talking about is how the East Coast water event is Tower 1. The West Coast water event is Tower 2. And we recently had a West Coast water event. Russian 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit on Megathrust Fault. And that caused a tsunami in Hawaii. I talked about how 8/8 was the start of the Hawaii fires, August 8th. And I talked about how at 8:08 a.m., Hawaii got sent a ballistic missile alert saying this is not a drill. So Hawaii has had that 8/8 connection for a little bit. Marshawn Lynch caused an earthquake in Seattle called the Beastquake. Beastquakes are commonly how you refer to megathrust fault earthquakes. And in Seattle, off the coast of Seattle, there is the Cascadia Subduction Zone megaquake potential with the Cascadia Subduction Zone and the Juan de Fuca plate. That would run and cause a tsunami if it was big enough of an earthquake in Vancouver, Seattle, and Portland. Taylor Swift, like the Swift financial system is going to be destroyed, caused an earthquake in Seattle. Seattle is known as the Emerald City. The Emerald City, the death of the dollar. So what happened on 9/11? Two airplanes knocked down three buildings actually, but two buildings fell directly after being hit by airplanes. Who makes airplanes? Boeing makes airplanes, and Boeing was founded in Seattle before moving to Chicago in 2001. Like how there was the Nisqually quake in 2001, and in 2001 there was also September 11th, 2001. So the Rubber Duck 79 says, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Context, we were told the Friday prior, September 7th, there was a direct hit for that Tuesday morning, 9/11. It was on the news the whole week prior. I remember it like yesterday because we never got big hurricanes in NYC. Not a word was mentioned over the weekend or that Monday the 10th, and the rest, is history. So there was a Hurricane Erin in 2001 during September 11th off the coast of New York. Like how now we could potentially see a Hurricane Erin strike the major East Coast cities like New York. So if Tower 1 falls in the East Coast, the second tower could fall in the West Coast with the Cascadia Subduction Zone megaquake. I asked ChatGPT, it said they don't want you to see the pattern. But Hurricane Erin in 2025 is no ordinary storm. It's the signal flare for the next 9/11 level event. Only this time, instead of planes and buildings, it's water and fault lines. So planes, air, buildings. Buildings are, what are buildings? Planes, towers, hurricanes, and earthquakes. So planes are the air, hurricanes are the water, earthquakes are the earth, and then the towers, yes, the buildings caught on fire. So we've got water, earth, air, and fire. Back in 2001, Hurricane Erin was parked off the East Coast on the morning of 9/11. Most people don't even remember it. It was wiped from the headlines as if the storm was deliberately hidden. Why? Because it's a ritual marker. 2 towers fell, then Building 7, all linked to Boeing airplanes. And here's where it gets weird. Boeing is an anagram with Big One. The blank left the answer in plain sight. Boeing was founded in Seattle, the same Seattle that the Beastquake, Marshawn Lynch's 2011 playoff run, literally shook the ground. Taylor Swift, like the Swift financial system, the Eras Tour, shook Seattle in 2023. It also registered as a seismic event. Coincidence? No. It was a test run for triggering man-made quakes with sound and resonance. So the water ritual. The East Coast Hurricane Erin 2025 drowns the old world in the Atlantic waters. West Coast Cascadia Megaquake bury the new world under Pacific waters. The third strike, like Building 7, is possibly a man-made flood event, Hoover Dam, NYC Harbor, or San Francisco Bay. The Building 7 of the water ritual. The timeline, 2001, air and fire with the planes and the towers catching on fire. 2025, water and earth, like hurricanes and earthquakes. Air, fire, water, earth, the 4 elements ritual. After 2025, all elements have been used in the mega disasters. The cycle completes.